All right. I have sort of a rule in life, and I have had this rule for a long time. I don't get into arguments with people who say dumb stuff and with people who want to talk nonsense. You go to a party, you meet somebody, you get invited to a party with your wife, there's 30 people there, you start talking, and you run into crazy conspiracy theory guy. I just nod. Fascinating. I'm going to go find the bean dip. I don't really have a lot of agitation in my life because it's one of my life rules I tell my kids. Don't let somebody with no life ruin yours. Don't get into arguments with silly people. Don't talk nonsense. Keep it serious, keep it straight, keep a tight circle. Kyrie Irving once said the world was flat. I'm out. Now he's saying coaches don't matter. No, not really. That's not what it is. It's coaching matters. That's why Nick Nurse won a championship last year. All those years grinding it out, G League. Nick Nurse is a terrific coach. Now, that's not to say LeBron James can't take Frank Vogel to the finals. LeBron's the best basketball player I've seen since Jordan. I mean, there are players. Kyrie is not LeBron. He can't stay healthy. Kevin Durant's good, but he's not LeBron mentally, and he can't stay healthy. But coaches matter. Eric Spoelstra is taking a really good player, Jimmy Butler, a really nice player, and a bunch of kids to the NBA Finals over Giannis, over a Boston team that I think has more talent, certainly more veteran talent. Are you going to tell me Eric Spoelstra is not a great coach? Or that Rick Carlisle didn't matter, winning with Dirk Nowitzki and an old Jason Kidd? Of course coaching matters. Mark Jackson was coach of the Warriors. Then Steve Kerr took it over, and they suddenly got better. And I like Mark Jackson, but it was an offensive league more so than ever, and Kerr was a better fit. The world is flat. I'm out. Coaches don't matter. I'm kind of out on that. I'm not saying Kyrie's not great. That's never really been the question, but he has now bailed on Brad Stevens. He's bailed on LeBron. The world is flat and coaches don't matter. I'm just not interested in getting into those discussions. The world is round. Coaches matter. Maybe not as much as LeBron, but coaches do matter. Brad Stevens knows what he's doing. I don't think anybody would dispute that. He got to a national championship game at Butler. Most of you outside of the state of Indiana could not find Butler's campus on a map, Google map, if I gave you 4 states to look it up. And yes, coaching's a thing. Now again, it is the NBA, but even in the NBA, Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, I mean, you can go back, Chuck Daly. You know what you find when you find NBA dynasties? You not only find really good players, you also find really good coaches. That's what you find with every dynasty of my life. Greg Popovich, Chuck Daly, Phil Jackson twice, Red Auerbach years and years ago. Coaches matter. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time arguing. I'll defend Kyrie on the other opinion he had on the podcast that he always felt he was the best closer on every team he's had. I'll defend that. He's a great closer. LeBron does a lot of things. You could certainly make an argument if there was a last shot in a game, Kyrie is terrific. Maybe he was taking a shot at LeBron, but I can defend that. Kevin Durant may be a better closer than LeBron. He's not a better player than LeBron, although for years people thought he was or it was real close. But I could coach, Kevin, you could coach, Jacques Vaughn could coach. No, that's not. I'm not going to get into those arguments.